Daniel Negreanu opens the action with ace-queen, one of those classic Broadway hands that works beautifully as a raise.
Come on, Daniel, every hand?
Yes, every hand.
Jeez.
Every hand till Saturday.
Saturday, he gets his highlights touched up.
But when Barbaro calls with pocket deuces, he is entering the hand with a completely different script. Small pairs are not strong in isolation.
Got Kenny.
Hachem and Kenny call.
Here we go.
Got some of that loose cannon money.
For Negreanu, this looks like a board he can lean on. The paired deuce means there are fewer combinations of trips available, and with his pre-flop raise, he can credibly represent all the strong aces and overpairs. So he fires $3,000, aiming to pick up the pot uncontested or extract value from pairs below the ace. Barbaro, though, is sitting on quads. If he raises here, he narrows Negreanu's range immediately to hands that can continue, and with quads, that is the last thing he wants. By just calling, he lets Negreanu's entire bluffing range stay alive, setting a trap that is as much psychological as mathematical. The turn brings the ace. This is where the hand shifts. For Negreanu, the ace is one of the best cards in the deck. His hand improves to top pair, top kicker, and it strengthens the story he's been telling since pre-flop. But this same card is a gift to Barbaro. Now Negreanu is less likely to slow down, more likely to stack off, and completely unaware he is drawing dead. Negreanu checks, perhaps to control the size of the pot, but Barbaro is not letting this street pass by. He bets $9,200, a number that looks perfectly believable as a value bet with a medium ace or even a stubborn pocket pair. Negreanu calls, convinced he is still far ahead of the likely range. Negreanu checks again, expecting Barbaro to take a stab. Barbaro obliges with $20,000, a sizing that pressures Negreanu's entire calling range but still looks callable with top pair. From Negreanu's seat, folding feels impossible.
I'm thinking like sixes or sevens. Sixes or sevens are good for me. I had you on ace-4, unfortunately, on the turn. So if you had ace-4, then you just made a straight. Huh.
Drop the stakes you play at in the comments and whether you're an online grinder or live game player. Let's see if we're running with high rollers or micro warriors.
God, I don't like that river. Such a good river for you. If you put me on jacks, right? You figure I have jacks, you have to bet that river card now. So many, I leveled myself with the pause in the turn. You know what I mean? On the turn, I studied, and like sort of changed my range in his eyes, which forces me to go like that.
Daniel calls.
I had the nuts.
Oh, that's good too. Quads!
If Robbi Lou is a Disney princess, then her hand is the ugly villain. She is looking down on Jack 4 offsuit. And I have zero idea why she even played this hand. But she is about to call Garrett's raise of $3,000, so it's time to see the flop.
That was like one of his first TV appearances.
One of his first ones, yeah. That was like before he won all those tournaments. And
The cards that come on the flop are horrendous for Robbi, but they are semi-decent for Garrett, as he can even pull off the straight flush if the stars align. That's why he fires a bet of $2,500. He is charging Robbi a small price to see the pot, and also trying to keep some semblance of strength in her eyes.
Jack 4 with the Jack of clubs. Turn is a3, puts backdoor hearts down. And this is usually when Garrett will lay the hammer down with combo draws.
Now, it's very important to know that Garrett's stack is 8 times bigger than Robbi's. So him bluffing 10K on the turn is nothing too unusual. What happens next, though, is completely crazy, and it's the reason why Garrett accused Robbi of cheating, even though she later said many times it wasn't the case.
She's got one club and one heart, and wow, look at this. What is she thinking about here? She gonna raise it.
Confusion is the only thing that you can read on Garrett's face. He is still in a very good position with his draws, even though his equity fell to 53%. He could easily put her in a position where she needs to all in or fold. And with her hand, fold is what she must do. He takes his sweet time, so let me speed it up for you until the point where he does exactly what needs to be done, and 3-bets her for $129,000.
I think he's considering 3-betting, and yep, there's the all-in. There's the all-in. Garrett, like I said, he's just so experienced in bet patterns, bet sizing.
At this point, even the craziest maniac players I have seen would fold this hand. Robbi has Jack 4 and nothing on the board. Even if I am 100% tilted, I will fold this one too. But not her.
She calls?
I prefer once, but it's up to you. Yikes.
Oh my God. We'll go to the river. The river is a 9.
It's not good call.
And the river bricks out again.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Jennifer Tilly kicks things off with a pair of 5s. But she's up against Hachem with Ace-King offsuit, who is raised to $2,500 in this crazy poker cash game.
Daniel's out. Tilly, pocket 5s. Should be an easy call. She does.
Surprises one time, Ken, and just put the 3-bet in.
It'll happen.
Surprises
Not
one
with
time.
those cards.
Are you feeling the peer pressure right now?
You can't think of it like that. You have to think that $800 bought you goodwill at the table and possibly an invitation to be invited back. Because, you know, these guys
Smart
love
woman.
when you straddle.
The flop comes 5 King 7 Rainbow. Jennifer hits the set and Joe Hachem just made top pair, top kicker. And if you know poker, you know that's the kind of hand that makes grown men hand over their chips with a smile and then cry in the parking lot.
Tilly donks it for 3K. Poor Joe Hachem, this is just not his week.
Poker isn't about what you have. It's about what you represent. And right now, Joe's call caps his range. He's telling Jennifer he doesn't have 2-pair. He doesn't have a set. He's sitting on a 1-pair hand, hoping to keep the pot low.
5 of clubs, quads for Jen. This is the second time Joe's been up against quads this week.
Tilly is holding the bangers. But notice, no fast plays, not even a bet. She's hoping he has caught something to hold on to while she tries to slowly squeeze him off.
Joe could easily think he's ahead. Obviously he does. He bets 6,500.
Everyone at the table thinks she's the playful actress who overplays marginal hands. But right now, she's successfully turning that persona into pure profit. And Hachem, like most men would, falls for her trap.
Jen min raises to 13K. By making it the smallest raise possible, she's given herself a good shot at getting called. And Joe does make the call. Jen's got quads and she's got herself a customer. Ace of diamonds, 2-pair for Joe. That is not a good card for him.
20,000.
That's 20K.
I call.
And Joe calls.
I call, Jen.
You call?
4 of a kind again.
Am I the king of quads today or what?
Joe can't believe it.
Really?
Helppi is looking down at Ace-King suited. Pre-flop, this is the classic Finland on Finland friendly fire set up as a quiet cooler. Helppi opens absolutely standard with stacks this deep. Sointula finds pocket aces in late position and 3-bets to 12,000, also totally routine. He wants value from all the big Broadway hands and pocket pairs that will hate folding pre-flop. Helppi just calls, which is fine and probably best. 4-betting turns his hand face up and lets Sointula play perfectly. Flatting keeps Sointula's entire 3-bet range in, disguises the suited monster, and sets up a lot of future boards where Helppi can either represent big strength or actually have it. The flop comes a dream and a nightmare at the same time. Helppi's check is really good. His hand doesn't need protection, and he wants to give Sointula every chance to c-bet with overpairs or bluffs. The turn only makes things worse for aces. Helppi is still sitting on the stone nuts and checks again, continuing with his failed attempt to trap. Sointula's second check is basically him resigning to showdown mode. He beats all the bluffs but is drawing dead versus any club. Helppi finally reaches for chips and chooses 6,000. A classic please pay me sizing. It is small enough that aces without a club feel priced in, but big enough to matter. From Sointula's seat, this is actually a very foldable spot. He holds no club, the line never looks like a bluff, and Helppi's range has far more club combinations than his. But when you start the hand with aces, it is hard to hit the brakes on the river for such a small amount.
Pre-flop, you have.
Andy is looking down on ace-4 suited in a 3-way pot. Mariano raised to $500 with king 10 suited, and Charles 3-bet to $2,000.
Could we see a cold 4-bet? No, he's going to call, though. Mariano is going to 4-bet, though. Charles calls. Andy may be considering something.
Good call.
He just calls.
The pot is $27,000 pre-flop. They all have an equal chance for now. Let's see what the flop brings.
Oh, no! You gotta be kidding me!
Andy checks because he thinks he has the best hand. Mariano checks because he knows he has the best hand. And Charles checks because he knows he's drawing dead. The turn comes 3 of hearts, and it changes nothing for everyone.
Mariano in a 4-bet pot has flopped a straight flush, and Andy with the ace-high flush.
Mariano cannot check anymore with the straight flush and value bets $8,000. Charles understandably folds.
Mariano started this hand with about $300,000.
Andy raises to pot amount $35,000.
Imagine having a straight flush and getting raised.
The only way to get away from an ace-high flush is if the board pairs. In poker, the correct move doesn't always get you the win. Let's see how much Mariano is gonna bet here, and if Andy makes one of the greatest folds in poker history.
Mariano on the right side of your screen, right there, has flopped a straight flush in a 4-bet pot. $97,000 in the pot.
There's no way anyone is folding ace-high flush here.
Board does not pair, and Andy just bets $120,000. Mariano moves all in. Andy calls and shows him the ace. $611,000 pot, and Mariano can't believe it.
The loose cannon is looking down on 10-8 suited. He opens to 2,000 from early position and gets a crowd of people that flat behind him. Nobody is squeezing, so the pot goes multi-way with a lot of capped ranges. Ferdinand still owns the initiative, but he is also walking into a 4-way pot, which can always get messy.
Love the action, boys. I could use these chips.
Yeah, we're giving you the action, you know that.
Can you feel the love?
I love it.
You'll get the opportunity, that's for sure.
Well, if I fold, I'm definitely rooting for you to win.
Flop comes a minefield. Veldhuis has Queen 9 suited and quietly connects with top pair. Ferdinand's 10-8 is the hand of the moment here. A flop straight with front door flush and straight flush draws. Mosseri has 2 big overcards and air. Jetton has 10-3 and is done unless something weird happens. Checks roll around to Veldhuis, and that tells him exactly what he needs to know. Nobody screaming straight or a set, and Ferdinand did not stab as the pre-flop raiser. Veldhuis takes the lead for $5,700.
I'm all in.
And he's going all in again. Abe folds.
I wonder who we're rooting for this hand.
Probably rooting for me to fold.
Ferdinand does not mess around. He rips it. With a flop straight and front door flush, his shove is the classic pressure play.
You got some sick reads, Lex. You got a reads on all of us. Yeah. We know one guy that's rooting for you to fold. There he is. There he is.
I know.
He's about to come over and take your cards and throw them right in the muck.
And by using his image of the loose cannon, Veldhuis thinks for about a beat and then
Lex calls, and Bobby loves it.
You got it? Oh my God. Wow, everything. That is everything.
Pretty nice hand, sir.
Nuts.
Nuts redraw.
All season long, I see loose cannons going all in with ace-high, middle pair, bottom pair.
No.
That's like going through my head.
You can't even hit the 9 of diamonds to help you make a full house here.
Just the one time is fine for Bobby, thanks. The meaningless river.
Oh, straight flush.
Straight flush he made.
That's sick.
Schwan is looking down on pocket 9s. Dylan opens to $150 with King-Jack suited, classic live open that leverages position, plays well multi-way, and keeps dominated broadways in. L.A. Dylan 3 bets to $400 with Ace-8 suited, a light but sound squeeze that blocks the strongest 4 bets, takes initiative, and retains playability when called. Schwan cold calls with pocket 9s in the small blind versus a wide squeeze and a single open. Set mining is priced in, and 9s also realize well on many flops. Dylan closes the action by calling King-Jack suited, doesn't want to 4-bet and face a jam. It realizes equity cleanly in position. Schwan checks her underpair on a paired 2-diamond board. Leading folds worse and isolates better. Dylan checks in the middle 2 overcards but no diamond and sandwiched between ranges, so pot control is best. L.A. Dylan stabs $500 into a multi-way pot. That bet folds a chunk of ace-highs underpairs, charges diamond draws, and keeps his C-bet range balanced with some bluffs. Schwan calls. 9s beat a lot of L.A. Dylan stabs and can improve. Raising mostly turns her hand into a bluff versus better 10s flush draws. Dylan lets it go. No diamond, poor visibility. The third diamond lands and an overcard to Schwan's nines arrives. Schwan checks again, keeping her range uncapped and avoiding getting blown off equity by a check raise. From her seat, L.A. Dillon's flop stab can include many single diamond floats. Forcing those to fire again has value. L.A. Dillon checks back, very disciplined with ace-8 no diamond. His turn barrel would target mostly stronger hands and invite check raises from Schwan's diamond holdings. Checking preserves showdown value versus busted floats and protects his range for when she does show up with slow-played flushes. 4 diamonds on board plus straights complete. Ranges compress and many one-pair hands hate life. Schwan leads for $2,895.
Really? I played this so bad then.
Goofy limps the big blind with King 10 suited. Limping protects his range, invites isolates from hands he dominates, and keeps the pot manageable out of position with a hand that plays cleanly post-flop. Nik Airball isolates to $1,200 from under the gun with Queen 9 offsuit. The raise pressures the limp, seizes initiative, and expects to realize equity against a single caller. Goofy calls. Suited Broadway is too strong to fold, too thin to 3-bet out of position, and calling keeps Nik's range wide. Goofy checks. On an ace high, 2 diamond texture, Nik is supposed to continuation bet often, so checking lets that happen. Nik obliges for $700, a small, range-driven stab that folds air and taxes random backdoors while leaning on his perceived ace advantage. Goofy check raises to $1,700. King 10 of diamonds is a premium semi-bluff, gut shot to Broadway, the king high diamond draw, and even a royal flush. Raising clears out weak queens and 5s to 9s, charges worse draws, and starts a pot that can realize maximum value when diamonds or Broadway materialize. Nik calls with middle pair and position, keeping bluffs in and retaining control of the pot size. Bang! The third diamond lands and Goofy upgrades from a draw to the nuts. With his story perfectly coherent after the flop raise, he leads $2,000. Leading now Prince, worse diamonds pay, stubborn Queen X pays, and some Ace X talk themselves into continuing because the Jack is a counterfeit scare rather than a clean killer in their minds. Goofy goes for a small, irresistible value bet of $3,500. After check raise, lead, and a blank river, this size targets exactly what Nik shows up with most often.
Makes the call. Royale. Royale with cheese.
Royal.